There we go. I think we're good, Sherm. I think we're good. Check your situation and make sure
We still got circles. Okay.
it's popping up now.
It's on yours.
Alright.
Now,
So yo, sorry about the
Okay,
technical
we back.
difficulties. I think we're good now.
Yeah.
But do me a favor. So just to run down, quick reminder: if you're viewing right now, make sure you say peace. Let us know where you're tuning in from and share the link. All right. So
I feel like you might need to wipe your lens. It's looking a little hazy.
yeah, let me see something. So look.
Give us 1 second. We getting this together.
Yeah. Hold on. Now it's Crystal over here. It might be. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry for all the technical difficulties. We got Chicago up in here. There we go. All right. So the chat's moving. That means we got viewers. All right. So yeah, sorry about the technical difficulties. We just want to make sure that folks aren't missing out on the show, man, so we can keep things rocking. Christopher, we're good. Everything's good. All right. So look, real quick. We're going to kind of backtrack real quick because I don't know what they heard or what they didn't hear. You know
I
what I mean?
think all of that. I think
They missed
that might
something.
have shut down as soon as it. Did anybody catch anything we were saying at all? Can anybody let us know when it cut off?
Yeah.
So, like right quick, so we can know where to start talking from.
I'm pretty sure we got to start from the top.
Started.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we got to start from the top. So real quick, yeah, look, Chris is like, nope. So, all right, so peace to everyone tuning in right now. We got Chicago up in here. We got Austin, Texas.
What up, Texas and Chicago?
Right. Stephen Flossie, peace to you. I think your birthday just passed because I think we're Facebook friends or something. I saw you had a birthday or something.
What up, Calvin?
Peace, Calvin. That's what's up, Callie up in here. So, real quick, what we were doing, we were giving everyone time to come in, and I wanted the brother Sherm, because we're back at the chef shop, as you can see, and so I think a lot of people tuning in don't know that you're an actual barber. You know what I mean? And they don't know what's
fancy chair.
Yeah, right. He just copped the chair for the studio. You know what I mean? So tell us about the chef shop and how we got here.
Okay, so the chef shop is actually this is being fed up come to fruition. Like I was telling Stan before, basically what it was, I've worked in about three to four barbershops in my close to 13-year career cutting. And I've had...
It's been 13 years?
Yeah, I've been cutting for a long time.
Yeah.
I've been cutting since I was 13 years old.
Right,
Licensed, I've been cutting for about 12 years.
Okay, I feel
12, 13 years. So all the owners have been interesting individuals, and the booth rent, the fact that there's no real regulation on that, I've always had an issue with. So, I'd always had people asking me why don't I just do my own thing? And I never really had the confidence because I felt like the shop was more responsible for my clientele than my skill set was. So I stuck around until the straw that broke the camel's back, which was the last shop that I was at. We spoke to the owner about advertising because business was slowing up. So he actually told us that we weren't worth advertising for because our work ethic wasn't up to standard.
That's great.
So after that, I'm like, you know what? There's no way I can come back to work. Like after somebody says that to you, that like my own pride and self-worth would not let me. I didn't just immediately leave. It took a while. It took a while because I had to put this together and everything. But it took a little while for me to actually think through the process because I was actually trying to figure out a way to make what he said okay, so I didn't have to push myself to go anywhere.
Wow.
But my last name is Sheffield, and my mother's maiden name is Chisholm. I just wasn't built like that. So I just decided, you know what? My brother moved out, and I got his own condo around the corner from us, and it was just like God was like, dude, what you gonna do, man? You gonna stay here and keep getting smacked in the face by this dude, or you gonna do your own thing? So I jumped out on faith and was like, yo, I started talking to my clients, see if they want to follow. Most of them said yeah, so I was like, let's go. And yeah, here we are, man. And this is all I do. So could I be making more money? Yes. Could I be doing worse? Yes. Would I prefer to do better and work underneath someone who I don't really believe in? No. So I love what I'm doing. And this is all I do, so there we are. And I'm pretty fucking dope.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, I've been coming to this brother for a very long time. I mean, we've known each other since 5th grade, you know what I mean? And so the second I realized he was cutting hair, it just made sense to me, man. It's like, who else you going to trust your hairline with? You know what I'm saying? That's a very sensitive thing. You can't trust your hairline with everyone, you know? But yeah, so the Chef Shop, now for those who don't know, this is where we film Substantial Sundays, most Sundays so far. So part of the reason is because me and this brother been trying to find ways we all can link up more, you know what I mean? Whether it's business or pleasure, you know what I mean? And then on top of that, on the technical side, it's been a complete clusterfuck trying to do it at my studio a lot of times because the connection in my area is so shoddy, man. And so you know, so I was like, hey man, look, get to promote what he does and at the same time promote what I do and get to do it with my best friend every Sunday. That's dope.
So if you want to check my workout, I'm on Instagram at the Chef Shop, and I'm on Twitter. I am Sherm the Barber on Twitter. No pictures of my cuts on Twitter though. And
But
I'm on
they can just
Facebook.
go to the description
And you can go to the description.
because
So
all that info's right there.
you got anybody in the DMV, family, friends, anything looking to not be harassed at a barbershop and looking for a super dope haircut, send it my way.
And it's private, you know what I'm
Landover
saying?
area, Landover, Largo, PG County, yeah.
Or maybe you're passing through, you know what I mean? And just need to get fresh for whatever it is you got happening in the DMV. But definitely check my brother out, man. You know,
Just to give me that time.
hey, you know, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what's the point of being here every week again?
You don't know what the heck is
You know what
going
I'm
on.
saying? You know. And so yeah, man. So this week we're gonna jump into shop talk right now. We're gonna do the Q&A after shop talk. I mean, you can go ahead and get your questions and stuff together, but try to hold your questions until we move to the Q&A. We're gonna be trying to control it a little better so we don't run over on time and stuff. You know what I mean? But definitely shop talk this week. Sherm has a couple of recommendations for us. You know what I mean? So for those who don't know, and it's your first time watching Substantial Sundays, we do shop talk where, just like a barbershop, we talk about what we've been listening to, talk about what's happening in the world or whatever, and then also talk about what we've been watching and stuff. Real quick, you watch the World Cup or no?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
I love soccer, but I don't.
No, he's
I
like,
can't
not that
watch
much.
it. I can't watch
Right.
it. It's too
So we watch. We caught some of the game. I was cooking, so I didn't catch the whole thing. But France won. You know what I mean? And so shout out to all my homies in France. Shout out to my homegirl Rocio, who's out in France right now. They were dancing in the street before these dudes won. You know what I'm saying? Like they were already partying. So shout out to France for winning the World Cup. I watch. I wouldn't say I'm an avid like fan of the sport, you know what I mean? Like where I don't watch it, like where I watch it on the reg. But my wife used to play in college, so I used to go watch her games and all that. So, you know,
I actually forgot about
yeah, she played in college, and then my daughter played as well, or whatever. So we watch it in the house, you know what I mean? But yeah, so on that note, what you got for us this week? First, what's in the background?
First, what we got playing is Kiefer. I don't really know a whole lot about him. I haven't really done a whole lot of research as to the actual artist himself, but he's a lo-fi artist. He's super dope. This is, I'm pretty sure this is his second project called Happy Sad. And it's pretty dope. This is actually a first listen. This is my first listen, so yeah, it's pretty dope. His first project is dope too. It's more lo-fi, more lo-fi music. Just a great groove, a lot of just good mood music. So that's the first thing. Second thing, this week I checked out
India.
Huh?
I was just saying peace to India.
This week I checked out an artist named Dama Dozen. Man, he's been out for a while.
Okay. Where's he from?
I didn't really look him up. I didn't look him up yet. Like I look up later after I've decided whether or not I really fool with your music. I check your bio out later. So I don't know much about him.
Right.
This is his third project, and what I'm getting from him is that it seems like he's really trying to find his direction. He started off with a project called Hip Hope, which was decent. It was you could kind of feel like he was trying to stay outside of the box. Pretty positive lyricism, but it just didn't. It was lacking something in the soul category. So I didn't really rock. It's a decent project, but I didn't really rock with it. Second project I can't remember the name of it. I did not like it. It was super commercial, like super commercial. It felt like he was trying to get to that project felt like he was looking for a deal. So third project comes out, and this project is what made me go back and check out the second project.
Right.
So this project, it sounds like he's it's kind of it's got a trappy kind of a vibe, but it's called Crown Fried, by the way. And it's like he's trying to, it's his perspective of Crown Heights today. So it's his most well put together project so far. And I say give it a listen. It's not gonna blow you out of the water. Good production, good lyricism. It's just, he just don't have that soul. It's just something that he's missing. So I say give him a listen. Oh, he'd be good in the shuffle. He'd be a good shuffle artist.
That's
next artist.
Peace Ice Killer.
Oh, Peace Ice Killer.
And Indio was pointing out that he came up around the Pro Era cats and was saying that
He did. He got a couple tracks with Joey Badass and Capital Steez, the dude from Pro Era that passed away. So I forgot about that.
Yeah, was it? He was mentioning phony people. I dug phony people.
Where the hell? What happened?
I don't know, man. I think that one joint came out. They did so well. I was like, all right, we're good.
We're good. Yeah, we're just
and we're out.
Yeah, man. I was looking for more projects from him. Also,
time flies, Ice Killer. He's saying it don't even feel like it's been a week. Yeah. Trust, like, he'll hit me on Thursday. Like, damn, we're almost there. It's almost go time. You know what I mean? But yeah, who's the other one you was talking about?
The other artist is I just wanted to speak my piece on this because I see there's a wave right now, and I don't like to it's a pride thing. I don't like to look like I didn't know about something when everybody's talking about it. It's pretty sad. But there's this artist, Toby Nwigwe, that I've been following for a minute before the wave even started. I've been on Toby Nwigwe. So he's a Nigerian artist, but he himself was born in Elif, Texas, the SWAT. He's an ex-football player. Well, not ex-football player, but he's a college football player apparently. Dude's super dope. Like he is super dope. Like
his videos.
The videos, like his simplicity is like the visual simplicity. I think is so ill because like. His videos they ain't shit. His first set of videos was him sitting in between his girl's legs, getting his hair twisted. Those were all of his videos while he just bodying, like just body bagging beats. He started off with industry joints, was just doodling on them joints, and then apparently his cousin, which is the other girl in his videos, his cousin is a pretty good producer. Like, you know, she's a really outside of the box kind of producer, but it meshes well with the way that Toby Nwigwe rhymes. Like he's a real he goes in, but like it's like he's laying down. Like he's got this real velvety kind of flow. Like dude is nice. I definitely say check out all of his projects.
Yeah, I just got him to him today because Sherm put me on before, basically while we were setting up. And man, I love the simplicity of his videos and stuff. And I like the dude's voice, the music and everything was cool too. Yeah, it's I just like, you know, it's nice to hear someone unique. You know what I mean? Like there's moments in his flow, like certain things he does, it sounds like different things that people are doing, but the overall aesthetic and how everything looks and how he puts it together is very unique. Yeah. So I'm definitely gonna be checking more stuff from him. Yeah.
And last, I'm gonna just ball these up real quick so I don't get too long-winded. I mean, because this is where I discovered them. If you get a chance on YouTube, check out Colors. There's a channel on YouTube. It's out of Berlin. And you can find a lot like any genre of music, and it's some of the dope. Like the visuals are super cool because all of the backgrounds for each artist are a different color. Like it's super dope. And the artist that I found from there is Koji Radical. He's got 2 projects. Dude is
Koji Radical's crazy.
Yeah. I just put him onto a video, super crazy video, called Water. It's a double, one of one of those like
2-in-1 video.
Yeah, 2-for-1
Yeah.
kind of mini movie kind of thing. Not really a mini movie, but yeah,
The
Cody
twins,
Radical
man.
in color. Yeah,
Like how it starts with the twins,
with the
and their hair, and the
handcuffed together. Yeah.
Dude, yeah, the visuals are really dope, man. If you haven't checked it out yet, definitely check it out. You know, hold on, I'm reading some of the comments right now. Hey Juan, good to see you up in here, man. It's all good. Have a
Peace,
great one.
Juan. All right. Tupac Avelli Mason back in here. What's
All
up?
right, peace. What's going on? Trinidad up in here. That's what's up. That's what's up. Indio said he's the man of many. They're talking about dudes complimenting the hat. And he was like,
appreciate it. Yeah, I do.
Shout you.
I do have a plethora of hats. I do.
Yeah, man. But yeah, dude. Like, so he had showed me the video for the Koji Radical joint. First his Colors video a minute ago, and I watched that shit so many times because it's not just the lyrics. The lyrics are dope. His delivery's crazy. His presentation. Yeah, like just he one of them MCs like you watch him like you can't just listen, you gotta see him, you know what I mean, to get the full joint, how he dresses, everything. Like this dude.
And he started off doing spoken word. So which is the reason, like it's like everything he does is just it's so right, and it's because he's used to doing that.
He looked like one of the dudes I would see at like a Brooklyn open mic. You know what I'm saying? Like get up there, everybody, Poets Cafe. You know what I mean? Yeah, dude, definitely is dope, man. And he's from the UK, right? Or where is he from?
He's from. But he's I forgot what his father is though. But yeah, he's from the UK.
Alright.
But somebody said, that's are you Caribbean?
Am I Caribbean? No, I am not Caribbean.
Only his shirt is.
I'm it's African, thank you very much. Which pretty much is Caribbean
Still
as well.
the same, yeah.
Right, it's all the same stuff. I'm not Caribbean. My wife is my wife's family's from the Caribbean. My wife's family is Haitian. You know what I mean? So I'm Haitian by association. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know.
Peace, Renegade Shinobi.
Renegade Shinobi, welcome back. You know what I mean? And we've been watching. Well, let me see. I'm trying to think of what I've been watching because I didn't write them down because I watched another episode of Liquid Genius. Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah, Liquid Genius with the Jizzler. It's still awkward listening to him, but the show was heavy. I'm trying to remember what the episode was about, but it was dope. What else I catch? I was watching an anime classic. Oh, you're not really into anime like that, right?
Nah, not really. Like my anime still goes back. Like I'm still on Akira. Akira and what's the Dracula? Vampire Hunter D.
Yeah.
Like I stopped there. Like every now and then I might look at something,
right?
But I never know the title. I just watch it, and I'll watch it for a time, and then I'll just go on to something else.
Yeah.
Like I'm still into it, but I just
recommendations.
That's what I do.
Tell me what type you want to see, and then I'm just give you a list. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because last night we watched a classic joint last night. Because I'm getting ready. I got a gig coming up in Blerdcon.
I saw that. Yeah. 27th.
Yeah. So I'm gonna remind y'all about that a little later. But basically, with that gig coming up, we're doing some Edo Bushido stuff. Y'all stay tuned in because I'm gonna play a new track, a new beat, just a new beat.
What's the name of this
show we was watching last night? It happens every time. This is why I've been quiet, letting you talk. Because that's the real reason why these joints be like an hour 20. You know what I mean? The show, the joint I watched last night is called Castle in the Sky. All right, so Castle in the Sky it's an old joint from like 1986. Directed by Miyazaki. Miyazaki's considered he's like the pinnacle of anime. You know what I mean? Like he's like the greatest. He's probably the greatest anime director there is. You know what I mean? Like they got like a video on YouTube where they talk about like 10 directors who never miss. You know what I mean? Who do great movies or whatever. And they talk about all of these live action movies, right? Movie directors. And then Miyazaki's like the only anime dude they talk about. Because the dude's films are always like they're immaculate, you know. So I watched that last night, put the family on to that. You know, we're just kind of getting ready for Blerdcon, catching up on some old stuff and some new stuff. But other than that, I feel like we've been watching a lot of Anthony Bourdain and stuff. We were just watching the episode where he went to the Bronx and stuff. So he talks to like Cool Herc, Africa Bambaataa, and a lot of locals and stuff, and it was really, really dope. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's all I really been watching, man. But what you catch?
Only thing I've watched lately is Traffic. Since we couldn't make it to go see Sorry to Bother You. We wanted to see Sorry to Bother You.
We will see
that. Yeah, we will definitely once everybody's papers are in order, both of ours. So we had to do it for free. Mm-hmm. So I watched Traffic today. Which is the Omar Epps and Paula Patton movie. And what I will say is it's a Code Black movie, and I don't know how many people out there are familiar with Code Black. It's a black-owned production company.
Is it now?
I didn't know, maybe right. That's for all of our other that don't watch those type of movies. And right. I know some of our people out there. I said Code Black. It's like, oh yeah, Code Black. Right. But then there were other people of other tones that was like Code Black. What is that? Right. So you guys just gotta let them know. Right. So it's definitely a typical Code Black movie. It's not that bad, but it's definitely not that good. Definitely something to see with your girl. It is definitely a chick flick. I wouldn't pay a whole lot of money for it either. I wouldn't go to an expensive theater to go see this.
Right.
And yeah, that's where I'm gonna stop because anything else would be spoilers. But it seemed like it was a lot of effort put behind this to try to make it a theater-worthy movie. Like especially the first scene. The first scene is just so out of place. Like it's like, why did you need to do this?
Wow.
But check it out. So maybe next week you can come back on here and say, yeah, I saw it, so we can have a couple of laughs via comment section about it. Right. But it's not a bad movie though. It's not bad at all. So yeah, that's all I've seen.
So they said, so Sherm, you're saying to pick it up at Dollar Tree.
Or if you got Terrarium TV, you could even just go ahead and get a water with that dollar.
Right. Good old free 99. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know what else I watched? Was my sister's in town and stuff. Was hanging out with her and my nephew, and so out of nowhere, she was just like, you know what I feel like watching? Black Panther, and I'm like, for the 20th time, absolutely. Why not? Like, man, that is
always time for Black Panther.
Young, I have not grown tired of that movie, man. And then I just realized, I just found out the other day that, that opening scene with the sand, where the sand shifting and it tells the story. Yeah. So, that scene, literally, they said it took 4 months to do that one scene. That's how long it took them to do it with the graphics. 4 months.
So that's some kind of new type of graphics then.
I mean, well, they said the reason why, it's like they've done similar stuff before, but the reason why it took so long is because it's a continuous shot. Like when you watch it, there's no cuts.
Right,
it's just moving through the animation, so you can see all these different, and the sky, the ground comes from the ground, bruh.
4 months. Go back and look at it.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. All right. Peace, Clark Armstrong from the Northwest. That's what's up. All right. You guys talking about movies makes me want to ask how you guys feel about Superfly. Have not seen it yet. My nephew asked me if I was going to check for it. I don't know. I might just see it just to say that I saw it, but I didn't. I wasn't. When I saw the trailer, I wasn't like, yeah, I got to see this. You know what I mean? So. I watch a lot of stuff already, but I'll probably check it. Like if it's on, I'm probably not going to turn it off unless it's that bad. You ever watch something that's that bad that like 5 minutes in it?
And it's just like you gotta go. Like there's so many other things. Right. Like you start thinking about laundry and things like that. I have responsibilities right now.
Oh my god. Yo,
what's that? Another anime joint, Ko no Kachi. Said Ko no Kachi got me in the field. Oh, what up, Shu?
Alright, Shu up in here. That's what it is. Hold on, I'm trying. Yeah, got me in the fields. I'm gonna check for it. Yeah, I just commented. I just put a joint in the chat a second ago. I'm definitely gonna try to check for some of the recommendations. I recognize some of the names. And it says saw comments about it being politically incorrect / racist. Yeah, I don't know. He's talking. This is Clark talking about Superfly again. Yeah, I don't know.
Superfly the movie?
Yeah, but I mean, if you know what Superfly, the original movie, was about, it does not surprise me. You know what I mean? Because it was, the original movie is blaxploitation and stuff. So definitely, like, it's gonna kind of push the push the boundaries a little bit in terms of some politically correct.
I just have one question.
Sure.
Why, Clark Armstrong, on Earth, did you even watch that movie?
Right.
Why did you?
Well, I mean, we haven't seen it, so we don't know. You know what I'm saying? We don't know.
Did you plan on seeing it?
I didn't. Put it this way. I definitely didn't. But there have been some movies that came out, and then like when I saw the preview, like look, keeping it a stat. When I first saw the preview for Get Out, I was like, oh fuck no, I'm not seeing that.
For real?
Absolutely. Because when I saw there's a couple of moments in it, I'm like, what is this cooning shit right now?
Okay.
Like, that's how I felt.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm at a theater where like they don't really show like black films and stuff like that. So the type of film we're watching really isn't, like, the audience is like predominantly white. So when I'm watching the preview, I'm like, yo, what is this cool shit, right? I'm mad as fuck. You know what I mean? And so it wasn't until I read up on it and then saw a few other trailers from the flick that I was like, I gotta see this. And then I saw it was like the shit. Like, it was amazing. So,
I understand from what you're saying about that one, but when you got the preview,
Clark said, "Hey, I never watched it. Looks awful. Looks awful."
Okay. You did say you heard. You said okay.
Clark's like, "Don't throw me under the bus."
Thanks, Chris. Thanks for the compliment, man. He said he likes some Shizzer. Diamond Supply, man.
Renegade, all of those are classics. Yes, he's talking more anime. I mean, it's Sherm. The Sherm shirt is cool. Yeah, I guess it's cool. You know,
try to be the dope dad, man. Try to do it for the 30 and up class, man.
You know, it's the only way I watched Superfly in 2018 with the soundtrack. Is it King Martin? Yes, that is classic right there. It's hilarious. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, I am. It's currently not in my queue. I'm gonna keep it in stack because I got a lot of stuff in my queue and that ain't one of them.
When I saw the star of the movie, man.
Well, yeah, I ain't mad at him though. Like,
I'm mad at his hair.
I mean,
I'm very upset at his hair.
Dog, if you've seen the original Superfly, you should expect his hair to be.
I just feel like they could have done that with locks, man. Like, why you gotta press his hair out? But I guess to go along with blaxploitation, perm it out.
Yeah, and we
that's
seen,
why. I'm probably not going.
I
know what? No, I am going to see that movie because there comes a time when I just watch movies to see how bad they are, and there isn't very much going on right now. This is dead time. I think it's approaching dead time for movies in a minute, right? Pretty soon.
Yeah, it's going to slow down right at September. It slows down for a minute. And then as you get close to November, it's going to pick back up.
That's when I'll watch it.
That's when all the movies that ultimately are going to get nominated, that's when they're going to drop. Low key, look, right now, I tell you, and I know we got to keep it moving, but like one movie, and I just mentioned it a few minutes ago, I'm really interested to see if Black Panther gets any nominations. And I know that might seem far-fetched for some people, but considering all the records that it broke, and then also considering the fact that, like, unlike a lot of comic book movies, the cultural relevance of the movie, because for a lot of people who didn't like it, it's like, and I'm definitely, it's one of them things, like, yo, you gotta write the like and not like whatever you want, but like, there are certain things that as a black man, right? As a black man going to see that movie and certain things it touches on that are unique to your experience as a black person or as a black person from the continent. Like, you get feels that other people they're not going to feel the same way watching that. And so, but I'm interested to see if it gets any nominations, man, because one thing I think it could definitely get a nom for, Best Picture is kind of broad these days. They put like 10 movies in it. So the likelihood that it might be able to slip in there is high. You know what I mean? But outside of that, definitely for Best Costume. You know what I mean? Like, because, the costumes in it, the woman who handled all that, the designs in that movie are crazy. Like, the stuff they're rocking is crazy. And a lot of that stuff that they're rocking is 3D printed. Yeah. Yeah, like a lot of Angela Bassett's hats in the film, they're all 3D printed. The different tops that she's wearing, which one calls Lupita Nyong'o's dress, the one she wears into the club is 3D printed. Yeah, Miss Ruth killed it.
How the hell do you 3D print clothes? That's crazy.
Yeah, I definitely agree that CG in Black Panther wasn't the best. You know what I mean? But I think, like in terms of story, because I've seen this, it just wasn't the best. That's why I just said it like that. Because there are movies with terrible CGI, and then understand what the budget was. Look at the cast of the movie. Look at the quality of actors that they hire, right? Like in terms of the cast. Then understand, look who they got as a director, right? And then understand what the budget was for that film compared to other comic book films, right? And then understand that there's not a lot of room left for the CG. And even that one, like I said, that one scene, that opening scene took 4 months for them to do.
Yeah.
So so imagine how much of the budget just went to that.
That's what I was thinking.
You know what I mean? And so definitely the CG left some room. It had room for improvement. But I think otherwise, man, I think it was a really powerful flick. But anyway, we'll see. We'll see what happens. He said 3D print.
I'm not in the old man class, man. This is
right. Chris throwing shots out here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it, shoot.
Do you guys play video games? Could argue video games are tangible movies.
I do not play video games.
Yeah, he doesn't. I still play a little bit, but not much. Most of the stuff I play these days, mostly Nintendo-based stuff, because we're more of a Nintendo household. So like mostly like Mario Kart, Smash Bros. And then I got some retro games in the crib and stuff, like old Street Fighter 2 and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I even got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, still like the original joint, like the real bootleg graphics, where it's like you looking over top and they just
that joint.
Yes, I got that joint.
Wow.
Yeah, I got a bunch of retro games on our Wii U. You know what I mean? So I'm the gamer of the two, and I don't even like calling myself a gamer because I don't play it enough to really kind of. Fuck that. I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, I'm nice, son. I busted my ass in Mario Kart. You know what I'm saying?
That's my game. If I'm gonna play a game, that is what I'll play.
Look, you know what I mean? If you could catch these hands in Mario Kart, you would. What happened? I can see some.
No. I don't.
That ain't it.
Christopher Davis said he didn't like Black Panther, dog. Oh my God.
Hey, it's alright. That's alright. Chris, do me a favor. Meet us at the front office. Please leave your black card.
Man.
All your Jordans and any of your mom's recipes, because you won't be needing those anymore. No. I'm just fucking with you. Hey, listen. Look, I get it, man. Like I say all the time. I am so at peace with where I am these days, man. And when people tell me they don't like shit, I'm like, okay. I still fucking love it.
It's so much shit to like. It's like, I can understand why you just didn't pick that to like. It's you like some other shit instead.
I feel you, but I definitely dug it. Put it this way, like I'm a fan of the comic, and then also at one point in time I was going to different schools and speaking about the cultural relevance of the film before it even dropped. Just because there are so many different things in there that they pull from the comic that are based on actual things. I think it helps, for the viewer to understand some of these things so they know what they're looking at. Because for a lot of people who just like see it, and it's like other films. There's certain films that you watch or whatever, and they have so many other little things in there, Easter eggs, if you will, or other things that you don't understand. That literally affects your view of the movie. You know what I mean? So, like for example, one of the things I love about Black Panther is how anytime Lupita, Chadwick, and Denai walk into a room, they're always wearing red, black, and green. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy. That's crazy. That's like a little.
You know what? I forgot. You pointed that out. Yeah. I forgot.
Like that, and it's so subtle. It's not like super obvious. You know what I mean? But when they walk into the room or they come into the scene, and it's those three. Anytime they do that, they're rocking the Pan African colors. I think that's super dope. I think I love the whole Lupita and Denai exchanges. You know what I mean? Like traditionalism versus innovation. You know what I mean? Like that whole concept. Like one person who's willing to push the boundaries and go against tradition. You know what I mean? Versus someone who's like, yeah, I don't like this new dude who's coming in, but my role or whatever, I'm a soldier. You know what I mean? This is what I got to do. That I serve my country, and I love the response. I saved my country, so I'm gonna do this other shit. And so that whole exchange, the whole Dora Milaje, the fact that they're based off of real live African women warriors, like oh my God, I know the name of those sisters. I forget. If someone who's watching right now can remember the name, please throw it in there. I did a whole presentation on it. I'm blacking out right now. But yeah, they were like Amazonian warriors, man, who was just like bodying dudes, like decapitating cats and put your head up on a pike or whatever as an example for anybody else who got beef. Like, nah, we don't play that around these parts. You know what I'm saying? Yo, like, yeah. And so anyway, I could go on forever about it. Not trying to get into. So listen, at this point in time, we're gonna go ahead and start the Q&A. Definitely, you got any questions or whatever, if you threw a question in here before and we skipped over it, hey, shoot, don't judge me. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what's some random black people things I could strip from them? You know what I'm saying? Jordans, there it is. Boom. You know what I'm saying? It's like, most people wouldn't just automatically associate that with black people. but let's not pretend like Jordans don't hold a special place in the black community. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, but yeah, if you got questions, throw your questions in here. After we finish the Q&A portion, we're gonna play some new music for you. I've been producing a whole lot this last week. I'm gonna play some stuff for Sherm or whatever when the camera goes off. Because Sherm get the special treats before y'all get them exclusives. Yeah, so that way if it's trash, I know he gonna tell me, and then y'all will never hear.
Like, don't put that up.
Yeah, don't ever play that, son. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, if you got questions, go ahead and throw them joints out there. I see y'all throwing out more games. Double Dragon was my joint back in the day, man.
Man, double
Punch Out though. Double Dribble. Yeah.
When they did black and white dunk was the best.
Right. The little slow. I don't know. It was more like stop motion than slow motion.
I definitely could classify as slow motion.
Way off topic, but I wanted your opinion on why hip hop is so terrible these days. So listen,
that's not true.
So I'll say this. I think it depends on where you look. If you're looking on the surface level, then of course I can see why you feel like that. But I feel like there's so much quality stuff out there. Like, and it's not even like it's hard to find for real. You know what I mean? Like, depending on what you're listening to on, like, for example, we're on Spotify right now, but depending on what you're listening to or whatever, literally these sites are curating a list of other stuff that fall in that lane that a lot of times, at least in my experience, usually aren't far from what I already did and is usually quality. So, and it's a lot of great stuff out there.
And to add to that, if you don't like using, maybe you don't like using the Spotify and all that, maybe you're more organic. Like, I'm more of an organic kind of dude. So all you have to do is, like, this is how I started my list. Like, all of the artists I listen to damn near have a 6-degree of separation. You find a dope artist, like, look, I'm gonna give you an artist right now, Mick Jenkins.
Yeah,
Mick Jenkins. You go to the artist, and whoever they have featured, you follow the feature. And the feature is going to take you to their projects and their work, and you follow the features that are featured on their work to their lane. Then you get to that artist and you follow their features, and after a while, you're just gonna have a whole bunch of branches stemming from this one artist. Like, I couldn't name who my one artist is, but like a lot, I think really it might be Mick Jenkins. Like a lot, and Save Money. Like he's connected to the like Save Money and all these different crews. Like, hey, you gotta look for this shit, man. Like that is so untrue. Hip hop is out of control right now.
So Shaq commented real quick as I started and was like, yeah, I'm talking surface for sure. So yeah, as far as the surface level stuff, I would say, like, I think what happens in some cases, like, you look at any era of music or whatever, right? And there's good and there's bad. But like certain tracks or whatever that get deemed as classic, that kind of survive the test of time, understand something that might have been in heavy rotation at one point, but for that one song, there was a few trash joints that was on the radio getting played as well. Not everything that's mainstream is always the best that a particular genre has to offer, and I feel like that's gonna always be true.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Mainstream. It's not. It's not meant for like. I don't think it's meant for the curators. I think the mainstream is just meant for people who, like, if you just like music, like it doesn't really matter what it's doing. It doesn't really matter where it takes you mentally or where it takes your soul. Like if you just need a rhythm, I think that's what the mainstream is for. It just keeps you moving. It keeps you in the rat race. It keeps you going to work. Whatever you need to do, it keeps you. It gives you a playlist for that. But if you really like if you use music for what it's really for, music is a tool, it's a weapon. Like it's meant to like it's just meant for more than just dancing and reciting lyrics. But if that's what you're looking for, you're never gonna find that shit in the mainstream. You're never meant just like if you look like okay, so have you ever found sand under the ground? There's only once you dig under the ground, there's soil. Soil is what shit grows from. Nothing grows from dirt. That's what's on the surface. It's fucking dirt. So if you're looking for life, you gotta dig, you gotta find that shit, man. Stop looking for hip hop in the mainstream. I don't even think you can call what they play on the radio. I don't think mainstream music I don't really think it's fair to classify that as hip hop.
Yeah, I mean, and I guess the important thing to always remember is hip hop itself or whatever, this the culture or subculture, depending on who you talk to. The culture of hip hop or whatever, like it's never existed really on the radio because hip hop itself or whatever has hip hop itself has like multiple components. So it's not just rapping, it's DJing, it's graffiti. You know what I mean? There's breaking, there's all of these other components, and so hip hop itself will never ever really be able to exist on that platform because that platform never showcases all that hip hop is, and so. But I definitely feel as though, because one of the things he pointed out was how like he feels like it was better in the 90s and early 2000s. And I mean, but like you got to understand this. I think that's depending on what type of hip hop you like or whatever, depending on who you listen to, this, that, and the third. I'm pretty sure or whatever you can find some folks who would disagree. You know what I mean? There's some, and I'm not even talking about people from our era, and I'm not just talking about the youngins of today. There's some old school like hip hop heads or whatever, people who grew up on The Message and Rapper's Delight, and then there's people who existed in the hip hop scene before it even got to mainstream radio. And there are people who come from those eras who didn't like what came after them. You know what I mean? That's just a natural thing that happens all throughout music. And so, I think it's relative. I mean, I know that's the era I grew up in, so of course I'm biased, you know what I mean? But I think it's important for us to acknowledge our bias whenever we talk about this stuff because, as I said before, art is opinion, techniques have guidelines, you know what I mean? So it's all subjective, you know what I mean?
That.
Yeah, so...
Isn't K-Dot mainstream? Well, let me start with this comment first that Clark Armstrong made. So mainstream is currently the cement that is currently just the cement that will eventually crack and be replaced.
Woo!
Like it a lot. I like it a lot.
Clark, you are welcome to come back anytime.
Right.
Keep up the good work.
So you want to start off with isn't K-Dot mainstream?
K-Dot is mainstream, but K-Dot or whatever, he didn't, like a lot of artists who were mainstream didn't necessarily start out there. And then you have to understand that it took somebody like Dr. Dre to come along and touch what K-Dot was doing already in order for him to become mainstream. You see what I'm saying? It's very rare that you just have like these like above average lyricists or whatever just kind of just show up in the mainstream just off hard work and dedication. 9 times out of 10, it takes people who exist in the mainstream already who a lot of times have so much pull and so much influence or whatever that whatever they touch and choose to push forward, it's going to do some things. And so K-Dot is a perfect example of that. And then you can look at somebody like a J. Cole. Jay-Z had everything to do with that. And so it's not to take anything away from the music they were making before these people touched what they were doing, but let's not pretend like who ultimately co-signed them didn't have anything to do with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so here's another example.
He was doing a lot of work before he got with Dr. Dr. Dre.
Right.
He's got a lot of music out there.
Yeah. So here's another example of what I'm saying about people who have influence, like and them using their influence to help somebody else out, right? And so now look at somebody like the Roots. The Roots aren't as influential or whatever on a mainstream level as a Dre or as a Jay-Z. So when Questlove basically said that Little Brother's dope, y'all need to be checking for them. You know what I mean? It helped them, but it didn't help them become a mainstream act because because the Roots, even though they had some mainstream success, they didn't have the level of success of a Jay-Z or Dre. And so those people, like whether you like the music they make or not, they come from that era. That same era you was bigging up, they come from that era. So they know dope shit when they hear it, right? And so when they basically reach out and say, Dre basically getting with Eminem or Dre picking up virtually any damn body.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of the people that Dre put out there, they were real lyricists. They weren't no slouches. You know what I mean? Dre predicted what was going to happen with Busta Rhymes before he ever worked with Busta Rhymes. Just from seeing him on Arsenio Hall, it's like, he need to go solo. When he goes solo, he gonna be big. Dude knew it from seeing it. Like, this motherfucker knows. He knows dope shit when he hears it. And he know what could potentially happen. And that dude has used his influence time and time again to make artists larger than life who typically wouldn't even be on mainstream radio. So, let's see. Any other joints we missed? Or is it it's hard to find. It's hard to find good artists. I don't know. I think the internet was a great tool lowering the barriers of entry, but I think my frustration is more the difficulty of finding someone great. I don't know, Sha, because, between me and this dude, like, we find great shit damn near daily.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we find, we found really, really great shit, and it's just been by, but we listen to a lot of music. And then I think it's also who you get your recommendations from, right? Like, there's certain people who tell me to check out a certain artist, and I'm like, because I know certain shit they like, and I know I don't like that shit. And so I'm just like, I think I'm good. You know what I mean? And then I see him like, yo, you heard such and such? And he'll look at me like, why the fuck would I listen to that? And then I know that it's not worth my time. You know what I mean? But then this dude has been putting me on the great shit for decades. You know what I mean? And so when he brings me something, I know it's worth my time.
Because I need this shit, man. Yeah. I need my music.
Right. I think the source that you get your recommendations from, that'll dictate how much great shit you discover. And it's like, and I ain't just talking hip hop, I'm just saying in general, man. I find a lot of great shit out there.
Crazy talk too.
What do you say? J. Cole and Kendrick only two?
No. Good Kid, Mad City is like a thriller album for hip hop. Yeah, not so much.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't. I could see why someone in today's time would feel that way.
Because of the story aspect?
Yeah, but Thriller, look, story-wise, the song maybe, but not the album. The album itself isn't a story, you know what I mean? Good Kid, Mad City's a story, like front to back, you know what I mean? So are, like, damn near all of Kendrick's albums, you know what I mean? They're literally, they're cinematic, man. Like, they're audio stories, man. Like, and so I would almost say, yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna say it. Like, I feel like you're almost doing that album a disservice by comparing it to Thriller. You know what I mean? Just because Thriller's a great, like, it's a big record, right? Even though I kind of like certain shit from Off the Wall more than I like Thriller.
Yeah.
But it's not the degree of, I don't want to say that. Like, because Quincy Jones is a fucking beast, so I ain't even talking music. I'm just talking lyrically, like what went into writing Good Kid, Mad City and a lot of Kendrick shit. It's not the same. It's not the same as writing lyrics for like some of the writing the type of shit that Michael was writing. Like, at least from a storytelling standpoint, you know what I mean? To make that many songs work together, that's like trying to compare somebody's album to a musical. You know what I mean? Like that's different writing, B.
Yeah,
Like that's another level of writing. And it's like people can say what the fuck they want. You can like whatever music you like. You know what I mean? We can debate that shit all day. But like as much as people want to shit on hip hop for the topics that hip hop may cover and how vulgar it may be, let's not pretend that the level of like lyric writing, strictly lyric writing. I'm not talking about melody. I'm not talking about song structure. I'm talking about the complexities that exist in writing rap lyrics. There's no other music that goes as far as rap does. None. That shit ain't even up for debate. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not. So, I mean, there's been some great songs out there that have great lyrics. Stevie Wonder's hands down one of the greatest lyricists ever. Smokey Robinson, another great lyricist. But part of what makes them some of my favorite lyricists is the complexities in their writing, because it doesn't exist in most of the music that exists in the lane they're in. Like most people don't write at their level, and that's just being real. Like people listen to Pastime Paradise by like Stevie Wonder, and listen to how complex like those lyrics are compared to other R&B songs. Like that shit, shit is simple. You ever look at R&B lyrics on paper? Shit is so fucking basic.
Yeah.
It's so fucking basic. You know what I mean? Because again, the other side of the writing that song is the the melody, the structure, how the bridge is gonna work, how this is gonna come in, like people writing for other instruments. So there's a lot more that goes into on the music side. But lyrics, man, look, you can shit on my culture all day if you want to, but let's not pretend. Yeah, come on now. I put the greatest writers in hip hop against the greatest writers in any fucking genre, any day of the week.
Wizards.
Let's see.
Indio Prather with How About Them Wizards.
How about them Wizards? Hey man, I ain't really been following what's been happening with sports right now.
And I haven't looked at Sports Center much this week, and I don't know what they were talking about. A bunch of basketball outside of the LeBron shit. Yeah. All I do know is I want to shoot the GM. I like to.
Yeah. I was just telling you, casual's dope shit. You nuts thinking you can fit in cash shoes?
Yeah.
Casual.
I need to put some more cash.
Casual is dope as shit. Casual is dope as shit. And he's a cool guy. I had the pleasure of meeting him years ago at Scribble Jam. You know what I mean?
Bruh, no.
Shout out to Telepathy 90.
What up, Telepathy?
That's Cam. You know what I'm saying? The brother who directed the Subway video. So we clapped it up for him. You know what I'm saying? Clapped it up for him. You know what I mean?
So
shout out to Sightstar as well. Malachi, Sightstar is dope as hell. Yesterday was the Roots tipping point 14th anniversary.
Let me finish up.
Go ahead, my bad.
So I know we got the white dog. I'd like to shoot the GM. Like I'd like to go down to the whatever center it is, Comcast, Verizon, whatever, Chinatown Center, whatever they're calling now, and I'd like to shoot the GM if that's where it works. Because that is going to prove to be the worst thing that we could have done. Dwight Howard is a cancer. Why would you voluntarily give yourself cancer, man? That's stupid. I love Jeff Green. Jeff Green is going to be a good pickup. I hope we slide Otto Porter bum ass off the fucking team. I'm hoping that's what we did by picking up Jeff Green and giving him that 1 year just to see if he's going to work. Jeff Green is a great look. Dwight Howard, man, I don't know what the fuck we was thinking about.
He's doo-doo, baby.
Man, straight shit.
Right, doo-doo, baby. Yeah, man, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
You finally got a big man shit out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Man, yeah, I'm definitely gonna listen to some Casual tonight, dog.
Yeah, Casual's dope, man. Casual's dope. He, Casual, I think he's an amazing lyricist. I like the joint he did with Psalms 1, off of one of his projects from a couple years back. He had a really dope. You heard Psalms 1?
Yeah.
It's dope shit too.
I probably heard this. So I gotta go back.
But there was a lot of dope shit on that album. I forget the name of that record, man. But yeah, Casual's dope. He was doing a show out in Cincinnati. This is back when they were still doing Scribble Jams, so this was a long ass time ago. And one of the dopest things he did was he came out over this beat and he basically started shouting out all of the different rappers, cause he knew that the crowd didn't really know who he was. There were certain people out there who knew, but there was a lot of heads who didn't. And so he just started like basically, he was like, Biggie Smalls, love my shit. Something, something, love my shit. He just went down the line shouting out all of these great artists who like he met over the years, or basically people who either sampled them or flipped like different shit from him over the years, and just like, yo, these niggas love my shit. And the way he said that shit, I was just like, yo, I'm so ready for this dude to black out. And when he hit that line, they nuts thinking nigga fit cash shoes. I'm like, yeah, this nigga, man. Why, yo, Casual's dope as shit. I really love Casual shit. But yeah, man. Yeah, but shout out to a lot of the dope people they mentioned, and they mentioned the Razzcast. Razzcast had bombs forever.
Yeah.
Side Star super dope as well. But yeah, let's see. Hold up, making sure we stay on track real quick. So Sherm already did that. Oh, a couple quick reminders. So again, for those who missed it earlier, oh yeah, we got to play the joint. That's what we got to get ready to do. Yeah,
your joint. Yeah, it's already
queued up. So look. So we gonna get ready. So for those who don't know, I got an album out right now. It's called The Garden. Make sure you check that out.
Background.
That's what's playing in the background. Shout out to Mason Lieberman, who's playing guitar and cello on this. But yeah, check that out. Link is in the description. But also working on some new music. I'm working on a few solo projects. I'm also working on a joint venture with the homie Asheru from Unspoken Herd. Asheru, for those who don't know, is the brother who did the opening song from the Boondocks. And also in that collaboration, we're working with another brother called DJ A-Rock. Together we are a collective called Edo Bushido. We're working on more than just music. We're actually working on a comic that we may turn into an animated series. So like we're doing a lot of different things. That's about as much detail as I can give you without getting into the other shit. But what he's about to play for y'all is an instrumental I produced for that. And hopefully if everything goes well and we can finish this song in time, maybe we will preview this at Blerdcon. So for those who don't know what Blerdcon is an anime convention that's coming up here in the DC area from July 27th through July 29th. Me with Asheru and DJ A-Rock will be performing. We're actually rocking with the homie Megaran, who's performing Saturday night. It's super dope. If you've never been to a con, you need to come check it out. It's going to be a great time. You can bet that. I will have lots of merch available. Vinyl, cassettes, CDs, all that good shit will be available. But we're going to get ready to play this new joint. This new beat.
Hey, you got one more question.
Levi.
Hey, Levi, I always wonder this same thing, man. If you got any new videos coming.
So I am in talk with a guy right now. There's a video that we are considering doing. We're considering doing 2 videos for this. Videos are time consuming, like very time consuming, and they're not always, I don't want to say they're not helpful, because they are helpful. But you know, but people, if they get picked up and they get put in the right places or whatever, and you know, I'll do my best to promote. But if people don't pick it up and promote it, you know what I'm saying? Like I can only do so much. And so with the amount of time that goes into making a video, because unlike other artists, like I write the treatments for almost every one of my videos. So I got 2 ideas for videos for this album actually. And I just gotta find time to write the treatments. But look at it this way. I could be working on videos, but that time that I'm writing that treatment, I could produce like 3 or 4 dope ass beats and wrote a song. And so it just doesn't feel like the best use of my time right now. And so that's the only reason why y'all haven't seen videos from that. Because even when I got somebody who's willing to do a video for free for me, the amount of time I lose and the amount of money I spend while we're shooting, you know, that shit is, you know, it's real. So we'll see. I'm not saying no, but I'm not saying yes. It's just not at the top of my to-do list. At the top of my list is making more dope shit like what you're about to hear right now. So sure, cue it up. Maestro.
All right.
All right. So it says, you ever admire someone so much you get excited for them? Yes, all the time. You know what I mean? You know, I feel that way about like when my wife has great shit going on for her. Other people who I'm friends with, like when he first told me he was getting ready to do open up the chef shop, I was like overjoyed for this dude. You know what I mean? Because I'm always excited to see any of my people, you know, become entrepreneurs and really be able to have something that they can pass on. You know what I mean? Like the chef shop may start here, but who's to say it won't turn into something much bigger? You know what I mean? And so, but the dopest part about that for me is seeing the fact that like, yo, it's his. Like he owns it. It's his brainchild. He puts his heart and soul into it, and his family directly benefits from that. So I think that's super dope. So yeah, so I know. So that feeling, I feel that way all the time, Levi.
Isn't it? You said 1991 Neon Angel. You said her name is Griselda.
Yes, Griselda.
Hey,
Griselda's up.
I love when she comes in because now that I know that her name is Griselda, all I think of is the Griselda gang, dog.
The Griselda gang?
What's my man's name, dog? These are some of the most gritty New York rappers out right now.
And they're called
Griselda gang. One of the dudes got shot in the face.
Oh wow!
What is my man? Somebody on here knows
These
who
are
I'm
things
talking
I
about.
don't associate with this Griselda.
Somebody help me out. Tell Stan who Griselda gang is.
Right.
I can't think of the rappers' names right now, and I listen to them all the time. I hate when I brain fart, man.
Hey,
but you love it though, dog. Like it's that
shit.
that shit, dog.
Right.
It's that grab your nuts. Go buy a gun just to listen to the album shit, dog. Real shit.
That's funny. And they're called Griselda
gang. Oh,
wow.
you. Oh my God. That's somebody.
That sounds like it's probably like one of their aunties or something like that. And they was like, yo, we just gonna
call this is that like no, it's actually a gang. I think
no. I'm saying like the name, like where'd the name come from?
No, it's an actual gang. That's where they got the name from. It's an actual like.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, where did the?
Where did Griselda? Oh yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
Because I think it's I think they're. How do you say it? I'm not supposed to say Spanish, right?
No, they're not supposed to say speak Spanish. They
are.
You say Hispanic. You say Latino.
Hispanic. I think they're Hispanic. They're Hispanic. Okay. So Griselda. Somebody auntie named Griselda. Make the best empanada. So they're like, yeah, we're gonna name the gang after Auntie Griselda.
Right. We're going in, son. We're going in. You know.
I would have to put you on.
I do not know them.
I don't believe nobody on here knows who the Griselda gang is.
Hey, thank you, Levi. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. So, all right. So look, here we go. World premiere. So listen. So getting in the spirit of preparing for Blerdcon or whatever. I'm producing a few beats this week on top of other beats I'm producing and raps I'm writing that are sampling anime. You know what I mean? And I'm basically at Blerdcon, at my table, I'm planning to be producing stuff live while I'm there, while I'm at the merch table. And I'm strictly for that weekend sample anime. So this is the anime sample. And what I'm going to do tonight, right, is if you can guess what anime it's from, you will win a free autographed copy of the album and a little pin pack. All right? So that's what we'll do. First person to guess it in the comments, either in the top chat or the comments later, will win. Let's do it. Play it.
We in there.
Funky. Thank you. And this is for Edo Bushido. There will be rapidy raps on this.
This sounds like some super fly shit right here.
So
Cowboy Bebop.
No, you are incorrect. You are incorrect.
Oh, they're guessing. Okay.
Yeah, they're guessing right now. Not Cowboy Bebop.
Interested to hear what the rap is gonna sound like to this, man. Like this sounds like something somebody should be singing to. Yeah, I really want to hear how this comes together.
Hey, Calvin, good job, Calvin.
That's an anime?
Yeah.
So I heard Lupe refer to it, but I thought it was some music or something.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hey, yo, this is tough, Calvin, because you have like everything. I ship so much shit out to Calvin or whatever.
Hey, man, fuck Chris out, Bob. My head weird. This is funky as fuck, man.
And was
it mastered, mixed and mastered all the way?
Well, beat right now, I would say mastered, you know what I mean? Beat's mixed, but yeah. Hey, Calvin, that's dope, man. That's dope. Yeah. There it is.
Yeah, dog. Nah, I was gonna say we can run that shit back.
Hey, look. Sherm wants to run it back. What do y'all say? You know what I'm saying? I know we
can talk. We can talk while it's in the background.
Play it in the background. So yeah, so that's some new shit I'm cooking up. There will be rapidy raps on that. Calvin, that's super dope.
You already wrote your verse?
No, I need to be your verse. I just finished the beat last night. Like I started making it yesterday morning because basically how we did the beat was my homie A-Rock. He actually produced it originally, but he lost the files or whatever. So he just told me what the sample was, and he had like 2 or 3 other samples in there. But I wasn't crazy about the other samples he had. So I was just like, give me the main joint. So he gave me that. I pulled the key parts because it's mostly a loop. But what's dope is like the horns that you hear coming in, they sound like they're supposed to be, they sound like they're in the original joint. They're not. The congas that's in there sound like they're in the original joint. They're not. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bro. Like, so even the breakdown that you hear, the breakdown by itself or whatever is very simple. But like the horn that comes in, and then the
drum roll,
the additional percussion in there, the conga roll, all of that wasn't in there. Yeah, so you know.
So if anybody's out there that's a videographer that wants to just do some shit for fun, all I can hear right now, but because of the fact that you said it's for the anime joint.
Yeah.
Like I just see you and fucking Asheru in like a Black Dynamite kind of montage video. Y'all just going through a city, like real funny shit, fighting people in different scenes, spitting the bars and shit.
Right.
Oh man, that'd be fucking dope as shit.
Right.
But dressed like the 70s though. Because it sounds like some 70s shit, like some 70s Black
Dynamite collar joint. I need like a little herringbone joint. I gotta let the taco meat show. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let the taco meat shine. That's the real star of the video. The taco meat.
Always. Always. And you didn't know who John Shaft was. You knew who taco meat was.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's taco 2. You know what I'm saying? And taco 3. You know what I'm saying? Those are real stars in the movie. Taco 1, he got assassinated. You know what I'm saying? Snatched that motherfucker clean off when he pulled the chain off. You know what I'm saying? But right. Yeah, man, let this shit just live. You know what I mean? And had them shit like super.
Hey, I can get it popping. You know what
I'm saying? Look, I think I'm gonna just get the little paste on joints.
I have to actually walk around like that.
Look like Uncle Denzel and shit. You remember when you were shooting?
Yeah, when you were shooting for Hateful Eight, man, the memes that came with that. Magnificent Seven. Yeah. The memes that came with that shit, man. No, I've never seen Lupin. Never.
Oh man, that's what's up. Thank you, Levi, man. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Yeah. So look, Calvin, I'm gonna hit you up. I have your contact. So Calvin's like super supporter, man. So I'm gonna reach out to you, y'all. So it just crashed for a second, but we right back at it. So look, just wanted to give y'all a heads up before we get ready to go. Sorry about the little crashing.
Crap.
Yeah, nonsense. Hold up. It's reflecting.
Now it's reflecting.
You see it showing in the mirror. Wait for it. Hold up.
Things you're not supposed to see.
You know what I'm saying? Bang, there we go. Yeah, sorry about that. So basically, the app just crashed.
Hating on us, man.
We running super long, that's why. You know what I mean? We got.
We over an hour already?
Yeah, I think we're over an hour now. Yeah, because we're over an hour. So look, we gotta get ready to go. But just a couple quick shout outs again, man. Shout out to Shu. Shout out to all of you guys for tuning in every week, man. We appreciate it. Definitely keep spreading the word, and we'll see you guys next week. But remember, man, make sure you go to the description so you can follow my brother Sherm the Barber. You can follow him on both Twitter and IG. All of our username info is in the description. If you have not checked out the album, The Garden, which is playing in the background, make sure you do that.
Make sure.
The new joint, what's it called? Something summer. Oh my God, hold on, I'm gonna find it right quick. Yeah,
and then if you lyricism to go with it, but still within the same jazzy kind of frame, throw that Jazzy Jeff M3 in there. Oh, I gotta fix something too. So I've been talking a lot about this kid Dane Jordan. Dane Jordan is not from Maryland. I've been saying he's from Maryland like for the past 3 shows, or however many times I mentioned him. He's not from Maryland. Dane Jordan is from Philly, from North Philly. But there's another artist who's on the album almost as much as Dane Jordan, and he kind of sounds similar. His name is Amir. He's from PG County, Uhmeer. He doesn't have very much product out right now, very much music out right now. But if you want to hear him, go to M3. But yeah, that playlist, that would be a dope playlist. Trust what I tell you.
And J Soul's album, if you haven't checked it out yet, be sure to do that. J Soul's instrumental project is called For the Summer. That's what it's called. So definitely look out for that.
And for the person that was looking for an artist, I gave you Mick Jenkins. Throw YU in there as well.
Oh, yeah.
Lowercase y, capital U.
Y is super dope.
You can stop talking about all that I can't find on music.
Yeah, shout out to the homie Michael Willingham. He's super dope. YU is such a dope rapper, man. Definitely one of my favorites from the area. But on that note, we gotta get ready to go.
Peace, peace, peace.
Yeah, peace, man. It was great rocking out with y'all again. Y'all have a good one. This is where I walk up on camera.